Hey everyone, it's Genevieve, your stress management specialist. I'm facing the window this time so you're seeing the back of the room. And because I've got so much nice natural light and a breeze is blowing in here, so I just wanted to take advantage of that and advantage of the lighting as I give you your weekly vibe reading for June 12th through I think the 18th. Hello, everyone. Come on in, join the party. Hi, hi, hi. So I shuffled, and we have an interesting, it's kind of, going with the flow of where we ended up last week. Where last week, it may creep some people out. I happen to like getting these particular cards. It was the last few were the Ten of Swords and then Death reversed. So as you remember, the Ten of Swords is coming to the end of a period where it's a wrap. And the Death card is, thank you, I decided to pull out my hat. Thanks, Robin. And the Death reversed is the beginning of a new phase, and it's a major arcana card, so it's definitely happening. And it's reversed because there's probably some feelings that you needed to, work through in order to completely let go of the situation. Believe me, it was so speaking to me. I was having like a whole healing crisis last week, and it was amazing. And I just had to flow with it and not block the emotions that were coming up, but just let them flow through. So this week, what we have at the center is the Ten of Wands reversed. And the Ten of Wands is putting down the burden. Last week we ended a cycle. We've processed some emotions. We've thought through, we've felt through, we've, touched in with our gut. So now we've let it go. We have let it go, or we are letting it go. But we're putting down this burden. It's not ours, even ours to carry. This is the thing. This is the kicker. A lot of these times, if you really think about it, it might have been you trying to help somebody. It might have been you carrying maybe a fantasy along for several years, but it's time to just put it down. And what's helping with us with this is this King of Wands. Ta-da. The King of Wands, his energy, now this could be you or this could be someone outside of you, but the energy here is that looking forward to the new. We've got the energy, we've got the wisdom, we are looking forward to starting the new. But in order to do that, we have to free ourselves up and open up our hands to let go of the old and open up to welcome in this new energy. And the underlying of this, once again, this is the Devil reversed. I show this, and I have to cover up part of the card down here because the people are a little naked. And I don't want this blocked when I post, but the part of this with the Devil is, if you have this deck, it's the Rider-Waite deck, and you see that the people have chains that are loosely around their necks, which means it's something that they can completely walk away from if they choose. They're not tied here. Sometimes it means addiction, or something like that, but it's always something that the person absolutely has the freedom to walk away from once they gather the strength to do so. So at this being at the bottom, this is the bottom of this question being, this has happened and you've walked away from something that isn't in your best interest to continue with. Okay? Now, in the past, and we have some, repercussions that we have to deal with. We have this King of Swords upside down, which is meaning, we've been in a place where our head isn't right, we're not thinking clearly, we might be over emotional, which is causing us to make decisions, which we are dealing with now with Justice upside down, making some decisions that weren't coming from a very logical or grounded place. So now we have to deal with these decisions that we have made. That's happening now. made some things because we had to, we were in that state and we had to figure out what was best of us and best for us. But prior to figuring that out, we made some decisions that we now are dealing with. Fortunately, we now have our head on straight. We're moving forward. We're dealing with these consequences and repercussions as they come up, and we have had, because of this whole situation, and maybe there was something, I think you remember this card from maybe a couple weeks back was reversed, but we've had our aha moment. We've had our learning experience, and the skies have opened. This is Judgment, right side up. Major Arcana, definitely happening. The skies have opened. We're having our aha moment. We have clarity. We have focused. We have learned our lesson. We are good. We are good. We're probably even saying, why didn't I see this sooner? Why didn't this happen sooner? Like, duh. So we're just having our aha moment. And with that aha moment, we have some possibly fears. My tablet is over here zinging. But we have some fears with the Nine of Wands being that we want to start this new phase, but do we have the energy? And maybe it's something that we want to get started again and go in a different direction, but we're afraid of leaving what we are so used to, like a pattern that we're used to. As my friend Robin Link likes to say, the brain protects us by recreating things that we are used to, not because it's good for us, but because we know we can survive it. Because our brain is here to help us with survival. But it doesn't mean that that's the best thing for us. So we're having do I have the strength to give this a shot, to try something new? And that's where we're working with some fears around that. And then maybe if you're looking for, whatever the situation is, whether it's new love or a new job or moving or relocating or something like that, and you have people around you, who's in your group? Do you have people who are supporting you? What are they thinking? And some people may be thinking that or starting a business, maybe what you're trying to do is a little crazy. How are you going to do this? Do you have the finances? You're going to put your financial future, the finances of your family at jeopardy, because this is the 10 of coins, which is financial security for generations to come, and it's upside down, but it's in the position of what other people are thinking around you. And sometimes, that's not exactly helping what we're already fearful about. So you have to mind your core group, your inner circle, as I like to say, your IC, to see if these people are going to be supportive and can see your vision. And they may not see your vision because your vision is your vision. It's for you. You've devised that with source before you incarnated and came here. So not everybody's going to see it. So you just have to keep that focus on what it is that you want. And sometimes a little bit of tunnel vision, maybe not too much tunnel vision, maybe about here, so you do see other stuff. There might be opportunities, but keeping your core vision, because you know what? This is what we are hoping and banking on right here. Empress. This is you, the circumstances, or a person who is coming to help you to realizing what it is that you want to manifest in your life. This is birth, baby. Birth of new situations. It could even possibly be, if you are hoping to get pregnant, this is birth as in conception and literally having a physical, having a baby. But this is birth of new circumstances into your life. And this is what we were going towards. And this is why we had the reverse death card last week, because we have new circumstances. So we keep going. This is another major arcana. It is happening. And with that happening, we have 7 of coins. You reap what you sow. Now, you've probably been laying the groundwork, because we have a nice big pile here of coins. We have one sitting over here, but we have a nice big pile. So all your experiences that you have had throughout your life, okay, all the experiences that you've had have been building up to this point right now. But you still have, with this coin right here, a little bit further to go. Maybe there's another class you need to take. Maybe there is a project that you're throwing out there, which I'm going to be doing, but you're not too certain. So you may need to run a pilot. You may need to run a pilot for it. So you just have a little teensy bit to do, and you are pshing, pshing, you're out there, you're gone. It's just, you've been doing this your whole life, and everything around you is coming and coalescing together synergistically. I'm using all my Stephen Covey words right now. All my 7 habits of highly effective people, but it's all coming together, everything that you've learned, so that you can go out there and do your purpose. You just have maybe a little something else to tweak, to fine tune, and you're there. But lastly, I love to pull that bottom of the deck card, bottom of the deck. And this sucker, I honestly would like to just tear up and burn. Patience. Patience, patience, patience. You have to have, oh God, not my strong suit, patience. So with this, we always want things to just take off, boom, zoom, zing, and we're gone and we're off and running. It's reversed. There may be some further healing that needs to take place. There, again, may be some further knowledge or information that you need to have. Maybe there's some other things that need to be put in place first. Don't work towards it. Don't try to force it to happen. And boy, have I had these words said to me, God only knows how many times, especially in the area of romance. Don't try to force it. Work towards it. And let, as you're working and doing your part, Source is doing its part and preparing you and preparing the circumstances around you that you can't see, okay, that you may not know about, but it's preparing everything to come together and gel together. So just have patience and enjoy the process. That's the thing. Be present and enjoy the process that you're going through. Like, I'm doing these videos now. This is not, normally my thing. And I was actually going to try it on Facebook Live, but I was trying to jerry-rig the tablet and this and that, and then I didn't know if I could save it. So, I'm going to play around with that, but that may be next week. But it's all coming together, all these pieces of information. So let them just come to you, and you're going to have the help. So, recap. And I didn't want to take too long with this. But you have put down the burden so you can start your new way, and you are ready to start that new way. And you may still be processing a few things, but the excitement is building on the new things that are going to be happening and bringing them in. And you've realized that the situation or the job or the romantic liaison or whatever that you were in was not in your best interest, and you've let it go. If you haven't let it go, you've definitely at least recognized, how is this working for me, really, down the road? How is this going to work out? You've made some not so great decisions because you've been in a situation, maybe your emotions have been running high, you haven't been thinking clearly. So this was in the past, and it led you to some decisions that you're now living with for a bit, because they weren't really good decisions. But with justice, you're for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Energy is never created or destroyed. It's just transferred. So you have to deal with these opposite, I don't want to say consequences, but the reaction to the actions or decisions that you've made. But the cool thing is that you have learned, okay? You have learned, you have recognized, and you have now made some, I want to say this because this has been coming up a lot lately in my life, so I feel it's probably something I need to share, but you have made decisions about your life. Things that you want to have, things that you don't want to have, And you have gotten to the point with this aha of being committed. That's the deal. Decision, committed, and ready to take action on it. That's coming from your aha. You're working through, yeah, you got fears. Who doesn't? But the thing is, working through these fears that you may not have the energy, the resources, whatever it takes to make these dreams happen and whatnot. And you may have people in your crew who are not, who are just like, oh, well, you have the money, or you may even be thinking, do I have the finance to see this through, walk away from this job, leave this situation, leave this romantic liaison relationship or thing, as my son likes to call it, a thing. But it's the best thing for you to do, because once you do and you free your hands to receive, this woman is coming in full throttle to help you to give birth to these new situations, because the energy is clear, because you made a decision, you've made a commitment, and you're taking action to move into it. Now, these may be women in your crew. Maybe you'll meet a woman who is going to be pivotal in helping you to achieve your goals, but it's happening. And whatever effort you're putting in is what you're going to get out. Okay? Just know that you've been building up to this your whole life, which is awesome. There's just maybe a couple other things that you need to tweak or learn. And it could be as easy as watching a video, a webinar, sending an email, signing up for a class, talking to somebody and just having that aha moment in a discussion. It could be something really small. It could be something a little bigger, as to, finishing a degree or something like that, or renting a space or so on and so forth. But just a little bit further, just, keep the faith. Work on your patience. This is a major arcana card. This comes up for me a lot. It's the healing. There's still, some healing. There is still some patience. Try to just relax and breathe. Don't try to force something to happen. Let it flow. Let it flow. Just see yourself floating in a stream of sparkling water that looks like diamonds when the sun reflects off of it. Just let it flow to you. Okay? Do your part, but let the rest flow. If you go off, I like to say, you make a decision. If your decision is leading you off your path, I like to say, don't worry about it. I mean, I know people who will say they want to just be led. I am more of like an action taker, or try to be, because my methodology is, if I go too far off course or I start going off course, you'll get course corrected with a quickness. To get you right back. You might be pissed off about it, but things will come to a screeching halt and you'll be course corrected back. So, hopefully this was helpful to everyone today. I have my little hat on, tilted to the side. It's a slouchy hat. It's made of straw, so, it's not supposed to be perfectly sharp. So, hopefully this was helpful. I will be posting last week's midweek mini meditation, because I had it to my phone. I tried to put it on Facebook and it was too big, which means I need to put it on YouTube first so it can be compressed, and then I can post the link. So you'll be getting that. If you check out my website page, GenevieveSpiritualHealing.com, I have a couple of specials that are running through to June 15th. One is for readings and one is for yoga, if you want to check those out. And you can check out inspirational quotes on Genevieve's Spiritual Healing LLC page on Facebook. And if you want to get involved with interaction, you can join Genevieve's Spiritual Healing group on Facebook. And what is happening out there now, just have a couple of more updates, but I am fine-tuning into stress management. So you can look for GEHstressmanagement.com on the web. There will soon be a Facebook page / group available. And I will be launching 1 or 2 pilot programs, which I'll be taking on somewhere between 1 and 3 people for each one. never again going to be pricing like this. If you want to look for it, I'll be posting to Facebook about more details about that. Okay, because I want to fine tune and tweak. So I'll be taking a very, very small group of people. All right, so this is it for today. I don't even know how many minutes I went on. Hope everyone has a fantastic Sunday. Hope you have a lovely week, and I hope that this was beneficial and enlightening to you. Have a great week. Love, kisses, bye-bye.